Hey guys, I'll be explaining how to Lands of Lords and why can't I left click? Okay, we finished that. Buying stuff? Oh, that's, nope, not supposed to be looking at that. Word. This is Lands of Lords, landsoflords.com. This is why I have the notepad, yeah. Oh my god, please no word wrap. That is, ugh, who invented that? Alright, so this is obviously, look, can you guys see my mouse? Is there a mouse showing? Okay, there's a mouse. So if you follow the mouse, uh, what am I even trying to do? Here's the mouse. See map, obviously. Um, Now, I don't want to look at this guy. I want to look at my villagers. This is like an ally, right? Not my place. So I go to units. See here? Management, units. And then you click any of these guys and you can go there. So look at this guy, Richard. Richard is a bricklayer. This is the stuff he has. More bricklayers. You can click these guys to scroll, navigate. Now, this is what he can do. Wow, he's a jack of all trades. But what he's good at is masonry. So if you find something with, like, what is masonry? Well, you click here, and we can find out what is masonry. Whoops, masonry. Now it doesn't even show, but what we can do is go to something that does give masonry, and we click it. So this is basically the in-game wiki. Now, Control F, I'm gonna look for masonry, or we could just scroll down. It's alphabetical. And this isn't really telling me what masonry does. So then what I do is I go on the Discord for the Bay12 Discord and I ask, what does masonry do? But a lot of times you can see, like, let's say to build a street. The streets are important. We need to talk about streets. Streets are important. Okay, this is a street, and the wiki says you need, see, it needs bricks or, okay, it needs masonry. Now bricks are usually expensive, so it's better to use limestone or sandstone, or I don't know, depending on what continent you're in. I live in northern Tetra, but yeah, so that uses masonry, so if you have masonry, that'll get done quicker and with higher quality. Higher quality will give more happiness for the building. And maybe like defense, I don't know what else. Oh my gosh, my voice, where is it? Where's my voice? So what about streets? Well, let's look to someone who just joined. Karl Popper. Now, Karl Popper, he just settled a place, right? This is his square. We clicked it, right? See, we went to the map, and it got maps on where you were. You can zoom in and out. Now, so I'm sorry, Karl Popper, but I'm gonna say some things. When you expand your domain, because you can expand it once you have enough houses, you basically expand radially around the center, right? Now, if you expand into the ocean, that's not too useful. Wow, he's right at the edge of the map. Um, so I would have actually placed the domain like right around, just a little further away from the ocean, so that you can at least expand towards the ocean. And that, like, I know it's nice to live near water and stuff. You can go fishing probably, but that would maximize the effectiveness of expanding. Then again, expanding not too important in the early game. And I've never gotten past the early game, and I realized that not many people have like unlimited free time like I do, so that's why I'm giving this thingy. So here, this tutorial on how to use the interface. Here we have fishing available. Now, look at these numbers in green. You can, on the right, where my mouse is. When the number in green goes up, that's good. So this is 10. You want to find something in the 20s. How about? Okay, tree felling. So that's good. If I sent a woodcutter here, I could actually go to construction and cut down the tree, and it would get cut down. Or I could go here and I could harvest it, and then a week later I could harvest again. And it's just like dead branches and stuff you harvest. But if you cut it down, oh, well, it's gone forever. Now, this is an ancient ash tree, and it gives fruit. So I would actually not cut that down. I would just leave it because ancient or old or mature, those tend to give a lot of wood. If the wood is like up, if the wood cutting is tree felling is above 20, I would leave it there. Even if it's above 16, I would leave it. Now don't if you're in Northern Tetra, I wouldn't use your rope with the woodcutters. It's too expensive. But okay, so this person, he has some streets. Here's a street, right? There's a north-south street. Now, beyond a street, you can build a road. Oh, she followed my advice. Good. I need to compliment her. See, she was gonna have a barn obstructing that road. When you have like a barn or a workshop, you can't build a road on top. So often, if you need a road somewhere, you can actually build a road and then build the like the workshop or the kiln or the blast furnace later. Now, blast furnaces are good. I recommend those. I'll show you guys what a blast furnace is. But anyways, with this road, there's a north-south street, so north and sort of south of it, you can build something. And then let's look. So there's one column, 2, 3, 4, 5. What she could do is here in this middle, you build the street up and the huts on either side, and then not here, but 2 spaces over, you would build another street, right? So then on either side of the street, you would have the column of huts, right? And then here's a column of huts. So you'd have 2 column of huts, then a street, 2 column of huts, then a street. And that would be maximizing your your up-down efficiency. And then left to right, you can just have one long street. I suggest this because if you look, you can just expand it definitely to left or right. But up and down, I think you need a lot of north-south streets because, like, to get up into these blocked off areas. Um, okay, that may not have made sense. Don't worry about it. Oh, I must have sold something. Sold some iron, yeah. These are the wages. You can drag the bars. Um, so wages and pensions are good. How many units? I have 49 units, so as any gamer should have, here's my trusty calculator. I have a Casio, and so right now, wages and pensions would be 9,000. 9,000 divided by 49 is, calculator says, 183. Now, generally people will be happy if they have 150 to 300 gold per day. 183 is within that range, so I could actually increase the wages, but I think this is good enough. Is there like anyone really angry? Nobody's really angry. Okay, there are some angry people, but most people are kind of content. Um, Actually, we do have a problem. So you see the guys at the top are rich and they're happy. Guys at the bottom are upset and poor. So what we could do is increase the tax rate and then increase the wages, and that'll kind of redistribute the money. Now, let's go to some of my units. This is important. You go to your unit, you can locate it. So he's off. There should be a sound effect probably, right? I have my sounds on, yeah. So he's sawing away at, he's building a north-south street. Okay, so after you build 4 huts, you can build a north-south street or an east-west street. It has to be connected to another street. But the thing is, earlier before, when I was saying you have these columns of streets, where the north-south connects to the east-west, you need a crossing instead of a street. Otherwise, you have to rebuild the entire crossing, right? So just build a crossing. Remember, so like every 4 tiles, you build a crossing. Now, distance in this game is calculated through arpents. Actually, that's kind of complicated. We don't have to get into that. Basically, what I would do to calculate arpents is, okay, let's look. Here's a kiln. So what is a kiln? Oh, that's a blast furnace. Oops. Okay, the kiln would be north. That makes bricks. A tilery. Okay, then what is a kiln? I am so confused. These guys, I should send them to where they can be happier. They'll get a happiness bonus if I like send them. Here, where's my best street? My best street is there, +4. Look at the quality. That's it's a crappy street, but it's still giving +4 happiness. So what is a kiln then? Oh, it's all complicated. No, I think the kiln is the upgraded tilery, right? No, it's a. Well, then what's the tilery? Okay, brick making. Brickyard. Okay, a brickyard is a tilery, right? And then it upgrades to a kiln, right? No, okay, 1 kiln. Okay, you can upgrade these so that you get like multiple work orders. I don't know how this works. It gives, okay, the building gives +10 fire from brick making and +5 ceramics. Okay, so you upgrade, you get faster at working, right? It's like wielding equipment. You just get faster at working and probably higher quality products too. Now look at this. This is the important part. 8 arpents apart. You need a road going adjacent, not diagonally. It has to be adjacent to the thingy. And the thing with roads, little tangent, look at this. See here, I just made, there's a road going west to east, so I could make this kiln here, right? There's a road adjacent. Actually, there's 3 roads adjacent. But right here, what I did afterwards was I made an intersection and a road down to here so I could make the blast furnace. And then I made another intersection and the road up to here. He's actually building a road all the way up to, here. We're gonna use a token. I have lots of tokens. I'll explain token. Do I need to? I think I explained tokens before, but here, ask me about tokens. The real thing, there, we build a road extension. Because I want another of these things. What are these things? How far away can they be? I would like look it up. Watermill. How far away do they have to be? Actually, there's an easy way to check. I can have, okay, the second guy gives like 50% of his skills. You see the time goes down by, it doesn't have, it's like, it's only, the more people you have, the less effective. It's not multiplicative exactly. There's inefficiencies when you have more people. But watermill, let's look. I think if I recall, it was 4 spaces away, but we're going to check that, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now can we build a watermill? And it's, yes, see this check mark. At least 4 arpents apart, there's a check mark, a green check mark. That means that yes, I can build there because it is 4 apart. Now, diagonals. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. But since it's a diagonal, you know how triangles work. As the crow flies, that's not exactly 4. But there is rounding. So to get rid of the rounding, we just ask the game. And no, it rounded down here. So if we go one more tile, oh, that's a river. Okay, so we're actually going to go, how about here? Well, that would, oh no, that's not a bank. So we need a bank. Here would be good, and if we checked, oh no, it's a plane. Okay, so down here, all the way down here, we could build a watermill, right? Because it's a bank, and it's way more than 4 arpents apart. We need a road. So what I would do is, probably from here, I'd build a road extension down there. Now, I can't build a road extension on top of my, these thingies, the blast furnace. Now, blast furnaces are good money makers, and do you want to know why? I'll teach you guys how to sell stuff. So, go to your management resources. Now, if it doesn't show, in order to make a blast furnace, you do need the iron ore. You do need the iron ore. Now, it's not going to show when you start the game. Also, this thing means you automatically sell. So I would like disable all of those except for like workhorses and other stuff you don't need. Like, I don't know, if it's winter, you might not need pitchforks or scythes. Anyways, you go to for sale, scroll down so you can find the iron ore, and it would be under I. So I've already scrolled down enough, and I'm going to look for it. Control F, iron ore. I typed it in. Here it is. I need 10 kilo, or I just need some of this. I need 10 kilograms iron ore to buy stuff. Now look at the units. Oh, it's not showing me the units. Buy. Here's quantity. Oh, it's in tons. What? Okay, I guess I need 10 tons to make some stuff. And here I adjust the price. So look at the price. So this is 11.2 is the cheapest price. What's the best quality I can get for 11.2? And I would just fiddle around. Now I'm not too worried because people aren't too picky about the price because so there, I would buy that, and there I have. I bought 10 ore at 11.2, and then of course I would go to then I would be capable, I would have the option of making the blast furnace, and then if I wanted to make another one, so what I would do is I would go up here and like, is this 8 apart? Or here I would go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can I build a blast furnace here? Yes, it's far enough away, but I need a road, and it has to be on bare ground. So I would send a dude over here to chop down the trees, not to harvest it, but to chop it down. I recommend chopping down the young things instead of the old. I already said that. And then I would build a road. Now look here, the road's going there, so it won't give me the option. I'd have to build an intersection at the closest point in the road, and then once the intersection is done, I can build the road here. Now a nice thing is when you're like upgrading something, you can build a road past it, and then keep building. So I think I have an example of that somewhere. Here's my second guy. How did we make the second guy? I went to here, the armorial. Oops. And then I went here, my armorial. I clicked on my flag. Which one's my flag? Okay, the leftmost one is my flag. And then it would show me when I can have a new domain or a new heir, H-E-I-R. And so now I have 3. It refreshes the face every day. So this is a default, and this one I waited because I like women. I think that their bodies are beautiful. And so that was awkward. Um, anyways, so the roads, right. I wanted to show roads. So here's a unit. Zoom in on one of them. Or I can just locate on map, but I think I was in some castle, not in my domain. Okay, so here, like, what I did with this school is I built a road here, then I started building a road here, and then started building the school. Actually, I don't even need to do that. I can just build the school and then the road. But anyways, here I have my first blast. Oh, nice. So actually, you guys should start blasting. Wait, I can refine lead? Oh, I have lead. I guess we could do that too. Now look at this. This will give me lead. Now, right. I have to explain clicking. Then we'll explain selling the lead and the iron, okay? So, clicking, clicking, clicking. Alright, you guys. Now look at this. There's an easy way to do this. So, if I want to buy this, I can click once. Oh, but it gives me all these options. Spruce and fir seem to be cheapest. You can do that just by seeing which one's cheapest to buy. And you left click to buy. Or you can do it from the market page. Now, you can also open in a new window, but then this one you'll have to refresh later, so it's kind of time inefficient. You buy that, and then now this one, there's only one option for nails, so I only click once. I buy it, and these I click twice and I buy. You get the idea, but actually we're making a video now, so I won't micromanage all of that. What I do want to show is the lead. Alright, so if I click here, it's not going to bring me to the market page. Oh, it will? Oh, okay, it brought me to the market page. I don't have any lead, but when I do, look at this. XXX means the NPC is buying it for a certain amount. So I can just sell all of it to the NPC. If I'm automatically selling, sometimes there'll be like a bunch of sell orders available. I think I actually disabled it because it was getting annoying. But that can be useful if you have like some of the high quality stuff that you want to save, and you just put it in a sell order. It'll stay for sale on the market, and if it's high priced, it won't sell. And then see, I have this iron. I actually need to make wheels, so I'll only sell like half of it. And look at that, I get 1,800 money. And I can sell it to this person or to the NPC. I'm going to sell to the NPC, or I could put a sell order, but look at the price of iron. There's too many people making iron because they know iron ore is super cheap, right? But refined iron sells for half a money each per kilogram or something, and you get a lot of kilograms per iron. So always make your low blast furnace. And now here we would say like, okay, diagonally, maybe what, 6? Let's try 6 squares diagonally. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is this close enough? And or actually I would want to build to the northwest, but first to check, it would be a blast furnace. Is this close enough? It is. So I could build that right now if I wanted to, and I could actually send people there, and I could say like, okay, you become well, not him because he's already trained as a carpenter, but you could become a metallurgist. Now, what do metallurgists need? So you would actually, well, I would click on the icon, right? But I can go here and say like, okay, these guys need constitution and intelligence to speed up their work here. So if I turn these guys into metallurgists, they'd gain the equipment, which gives them the skills, and once they level up, they would gain metallurgy skills and be faster at making lead, and it would be higher quality. And I'm gonna give everyone lead poisoning. Also, I don't like that you kill animals, and there's no way to make a vegetarian fort, but whatever. Uh, I don't even have a fort, it's just like a little town. Anyways, um, and you can check, okay, if I wanted to make him a metallurgist, can I, what was his constitution? It's crappy. His intelligence is good. Okay, agility and intelligence, those are good. So then, once I find my metallurgist, I could come back to Marshall and I could have my little notepad like, make Marshall a, and then I would say, okay, what do you do, Marshall? And he is Agian int, so I would want to make him a what? And then I look through the wiki, the help menu, for the units. And Agian int, if I recall, would probably be craftsman. A bow maker. It's not that great. Engineer. Okay, so engineer would be good. So I would make him an engineer, for example. Right? Now you can only have one training order active at a school. Multiple people can train at the same time, but keep that in mind if you want to have multiple training orders, you need to upgrade your school or have multiple schools. And so just time out your day efficiently before you go to sleep. Have a training order set up now, or train multiple dudes of the same profession at once. And then this guy does engineering. So what do you need engineering for? Catapults, battering rams. Oh, look at the price of catapults. Market price. Oh, this is not the store page. So I go to the resources. I look for catapults. Meow. And then here they are, and look at the price. So they're selling for this much, right? I should actually lower my selling price then. And then, oh, I made a ton of catapults, but now they're not selling. That's bad. All right, we'll just make wheels instead. But anyways, to make the catapults, let's go back. You need 4 lumber, 8 nails, so that's about like 4 times 8 plus 8, 40 plus, and then the wheels cost, well, we can just check. Wheels cost about 78. How many wheels are there? There's 4, so the cost is 352. A mechanism, how much is that? Oh, lagging. And then ropes. Oh dear, we are lagging. But anyways, you check the price of the mechanism, you check the price of the ropes, and then it would tell you how much it costs to make a catapult at market price. And then if the price is a lot higher, then you'll be like, oh, I should make an engineer and a workshop. And what are these things made at? They are made at engineering workshops or wheelwright shops. So I would make either of those two from I would upgrade my workshop into either of those two and then make my catapults. Now what is this? And catapults are used for warfare. You can look it up from the units. Military units. See, catapults are useful. Intelligence and agility. So I actually could have trained that guy as a catapult dude. But, of course, I might not be able to afford it if I'm just starting out. And we're getting some lag spikes, so I'm going to end the video here. That's basically how I use the user interface. I am pretty much a newbie, but I've had a lot of time to explore the user interface. And so, yeah, once you get a lot of money, you can start training people. Peasant soldiers are the cheapest. Um, and peasant soldiers get some tools to do work with, so they're still useful for making money. But knights are the most expensive, and just to build them, you need like a castle, not just a wooden castle, but like this keep and some like upgraded something to build the keep and some, I don't know how you build them, but we're lagging a little, so I'll make another video later. But that's basically how I use the interface, and just remember when you're trying to make money, look for those resource deposits. So like here, oh dear, lots of lag, but I look for the green numbers on the top right, and if it's like, oh, there's a lot of stuff here, then I'll build a road there and build a quarry or do some tree harvesting, or I'll build a fishery or whatever, uh, and then I'll gather those resources. Just remember, if there's snow on the ground, right here you can see the temperature. If it's below 0 degrees Celsius, you'll probably have trouble growing like wheat and hemp and barley. So just remember that. And here, speed this up. Oh, there's a lot of lag, but yeah, look at that, plus 24. So that's a good place to do some quarrying. And once the game stops lagging, I'll add that. I think the problem is all these Dwarf Fortress fans. Minecraft, the creator of Minecraft said himself that Minecraft is basically a Dwarf Fortress clone. Now, I wouldn't say it's a Dwarf Fortress clone now, but it started out as one. And this game, it feels like it feels like it's heavily inspired by Dwarf Fortress also. So, I would have to look up that quote. I don't know if maybe I'm paraphrasing too heavily, but yeah, if you like the crafting system in Minecraft, if you like the crafting system in Dwarf Fortress, I think you'll like the crafting system in this game because there are a ton of items and it is just so immersive. Except for the fact that the settlers aren't vegetarian. I don't like that, but we'll see. We'll see. Animal rights hype! Reminiscible out. Actually, we'll even do a... Let me do that. Let me do a... Stretch. I'm... Whatever, I can't. Reminiscible out.